This is 8-4, and like I said, so much SOHCAHTOA today, okay? The question is, can you set up or pay attention to a picture and apply the SOHCAHTOA from that picture? So this first part, we always say when dealing with angles of elevation and depression, you need to start from eye level, okay? So think about looking out at eye level, or think of it as looking out on the horizon, right? So if you were working from a horizon standpoint or from an eye level standpoint, that's where we can determine angles of elevation versus angles of depression. And if you think about it, it makes sense with these being the two words we need to fill in this blank with. When you are looking up, right? Think elevation, up to Jesus. It's a good thing. Elevation is going up from eye level, whereas if someone is depressed, right, they're feeling down, so going down is an angle of depression. Turn those eyes to Jesus. Elevate, right? So for the first example, I'm going to draw you a picture just so you can relate which is which, okay? So we're going to think airplanes here. You have some different levels to work from. Okay, so 3 parallel lines here. We are going to have an airplane up here. I'm not an artist, but I'll draw you an airplane. There's my airplane. Then we have the air traffic control tower over here. Okay, and then down here we have the ground crew. Okay, here's what I want to know. When we do a line of sight from airplane to air traffic controller versus a line of sight from air traffic controller to ground crew. Do you see our triangles kind of? Like if we think of this as a triangle a little bit. Can you get a picture? You may take a picture of what's on my screen. Yeah, go for it. Take a picture.
I'll do it.
Oh, once it's all done. So you have all of it. Yeah, that's fine. So there's several angles of elevation here, and there's several angles of depression here, and they come from the same line, but it depends their starting point, okay? So here's what I want you to see. If you are in the airplane, okay, your line of sight in the airplane is this line up at the top, right? If you were looking straight ahead at eye level, that's your line of sight, okay? If you then look down to the air traffic controller, that's what creates your angle of depression, okay? So this angle right here, we'll call it angle 1. We would say angle 1 is an angle of depression because they had to look down to see the air traffic controller. Now on the flip side, the person in the air traffic control tower, their line of sight is here, okay? So if they want to see the airplane, this angle right here would be their angle. Would you say that's an angle of elevation or an angle of depression? That's elevation. They had to look up to see the airplane. So angle 2 is an angle of elevation. Okay? What do you know is true about angle 1 and angle 2?
They're corresponding.
Not corresponding, but you're on the right track.
Alternate.
Alternate interiors, right? Those are equal angles. So an angle of elevation and an angle of depression can be the same because these are parallel lines because it was their line of sight, right? Looking horizontal outside. So angle of elevation versus angle of depression. So now look from ground crew to air traffic control. You have an angle 3 here and an angle 4 here. Which one of those is an angle of elevation? the ground crew looking up, right? The ground crew's line of sight is here. They look up, so angle 4 is an angle of elevation. What is angle 3? Angle 3 would be an angle of depression. If they're looking straight out the traffic control tower, they'd have to look down to see the ground crew, okay? Notice that that angle where I put the star, that's not an angle of depression. You have to start from horizontal. You have to go straight out and either look up from that or look down from that. Okay, so don't use this as the angle of depression. The angle of depression has to be if I was going horizontal, so horizontal here, I looked down to form this angle. So angle 3 would be your angle of depression. That make sense? Okay. So that's how you kind of come up with which angle is which, all of that. If you're going to take a picture, take it now. Did you take one already? So we're going to set one of these up, okay? It says, John stands 120 feet from the base of a tree. So let's draw a picture. I wish I was artistic. I'm not very artistic. It's as good as my tree's going to get. Right, I'm mathematically artistic. That's what I am. Sure. So John is standing, here's the ground, 120 feet from the tree. So here's John. That means the distance between him and the tree is 120 feet. It says the angle of elevation, it's not supposed to be an S there, from eye level to the top of the tree is 40 degrees. Okay, now think about this. John's eye level is here. Right? It says his angle of elevation to the top of the tree. So his angle of elevation is going to be looking up here, this angle, right? It says that angle is 40 degrees. What is the height of the tree? John's height to eye level is 5 feet. So this right here is 5 feet. We want to know the height of the tree. Do you see a right triangle here? Right? This would be your right angle. Okay, so we can do some right triangle trig here. What is this side of the triangle? The bottom. It's 120, right? Here to here was 120, so this is 120. We're going to try to find this side of the tree, which we will call X right now. How do you set that up? How do you find X?
I got you.
Tell me. Tell me all about it.
Is this cosine stuff? Okay, so you start with the degree,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look at cross. So
What do you have?
Is opposite.
Over
Adjacent.
adjacent. What is opposite over adjacent going to get us? Tangent, right? That's the TOA part of SOHCAHTOA. So it's going to be the tangent of what? 40. Always the angle that comes after the trig function. Equals what over what?
X over 120.
X over 120. All right, how do you solve that? You multiply by 120. So if I multiply by 120 here, those are gone. Multiply by 120 over here. So you're plugging 120 tan 40 into your calculator. Okay, so you plug that in. 120 tan 40 gives you X is, we'll do nearest tenth here, 100.7 if you round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so the question was, what's the height of the tree? What's the height of the tree?
100.72.
No.
Oh, okay. It's like
There you go. You have to add that 5, right? This length right here at the bottom was 5. So the whole tree has to be whatever we found x to be, 100.7, but you have to add the 5 to it. So it's 105.7, and we were dealing with feet, so make sure you label. We would say the height of the tree is 105.7 feet. Does that make sense? Yes? All right. Third one, last one. I'm gonna see if you guys can set this picture up.
No problem.
Okay? It says a rescue worker is located 175 feet above the ground in a lighthouse. He spots a ship on the water at an angle of depression of 62 degrees. How far from the base of the lighthouse is the ship? See if you can set that up. So, I don't know what your lighthouse is going to look like. Mine's going to look like my air traffic controller station did. That's my lighthouse. It says the rescue worker is 175 feet above the ground in a lighthouse. So that means that that length, wherever the rescue worker is at, here to here, is 175 feet, okay? Because we're going to say his eyeballs are right about there. He spots a ship on the water at an angle of depression of 62 degrees. So here's the water, right? And there's a ship out there, or a sailboat, at an angle of depression of 62 degrees. They want to know how far it is to the base of the lighthouse. So they want to know this length. He's looking down and seeing the ship. Where is the 62-degree angle? This is not drawn to scale, by the way. It's where he is. Okay, but here's the tricky part. Where did we say you always have to start from? Horizontal. So his line of sight is here, right? That means an angle of depression from there is which of those angles? It's this one, right? And people always want to put it here because they're like, yeah, he's looking down and it's 62 degrees. It would be here. Again, I did not draw this well. This is not to scale. I should have moved it closer in. But this would be the 62-degree angle. So now you have options, okay? You may either, because this is 62, say, I know this would also be 62 and use that angle, or how could you come up with this angle? Subtract from 90, right? That would be a right angle. So you could subtract from 90. Here's why I will advocate for subtracting from 90 on this one. If we use this angle, your x is on top. And I feel like people do much better when x is on top, right? If you use this one, that's fine, but your x is in your denominator then. And so you have an extra step to do. They are both fine. So I'll set up both for you just so you can see it whichever way you want. If you're going to use the 28, you have the opposite and the adjacent, right? So that would be tangent. So we would say tan 28 equals x over 175. If you prefer to use the 62 here, bringing us to 62 here, that one, your opposite is now the 175, and your adjacent is the x. So it's still tangent. So we would say tan 62 equals 175 over x. Like I said, you're going to get the same answer regardless of which of those you do. So it's just about what you prefer, okay? Just out of curiosity, how many prefer the first one, the red? And how many prefer the second? Okay, so you're pretty split. So if we do the red for now, we would multiply by 175. Plug that into your calculator. 175 tan 28. Okay. If you do the green, you are going to multiply by x and multiply by x. So this goes away. And then divide by tan 62 and divide by tan 62. So you're plugging in 175 divided by tan 62. Either way, you should be getting If we go to the nearest, yeah, it says round to the nearest foot, what would that be? I did not draw this to scale, sorry. What'd you get? Nearest foot. So a whole number, no decimals. Did any of you plug it in? I told you what to plug in. It would be 93 feet if you plug either one of those in. Okay. Any questions on that? All right. So a whole lot of SOHCAHTOA again.